So Jason Peters decides that it's a good idea for him and his career to go play for the Cowboys. Let's just get into it, man.
You want Philly?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and it is Philly the podcast. So today we're gonna talk about Jason Peters, man. JP going over there signing a little backup deal with the Cowboys. Obviously, they are hurting at the offensive line position. I'm gonna tell you how I realistically feel. I'm gonna tell you the good, the bad. It is what it is. I'm gonna tell you everything in between. Before we get into that, be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the family. We are on the road to 4K, and we would love for you guys to join that ride. And speaking of family, our show is a community. Eagles fans are a community. And whenever there is a bully in the community, I feel as though the community needs to come together and remove that bully. Dan Sileo has said a lot of things towards our fan base, towards our players that are uncalled for and just unprofessional. I'm not calling for his job. I'm not calling for anything. But if you guys want to do whatever you want to do, call JAKIB Media and tell them that you're upset. I will leave information in the description. But other than that, let's get into this. So Jason Peters, man, I love JP, all right? And I'm going to be 100%, 110% honest with you here. On Twitter, I even said, I am not going to be mad at JP. I am not going to hate JP for this. I am going to forget the last 3 years of his career. That is realistically what I'm going to do. When he was with the Eagles, obviously he wasn't the best. He had a decent year with the Bears, and now he's with the Cowboys. So I'm going to just kind of scratch all these years from my memory. You stopped as an Eagle. You stopped in like 2017 for me. That's when you retired in my mind, in my heart. So it is what it is. Does this tarnish his legacy? Not in my eyes. I still think that he's one of the best offensive linemen that, the Eagles have ever seen, that the Eagles have ever been blessed with. And one of the best players overall. He was a leader for our team. He was a guy that was not only a vocal leader, but got on the field and helped a lot of people become better. So I love Jason Peters, and it sucks that he's going to the Cowboys, but I don't want fans to lose sight of that. He was one of our cornerstones for our franchise. So forever, I'll tip my hat to you, JP. But now let's get to the bad stuff. Look, the Cowboys, I don't know what they're going to use him as. To be 100% honest, I have no idea how they're going to use him. I've been told a lot of different things. Me and James talked about it, and James kind of said he'd rather see the rookie go out there. He said that he feels like JP might actually get some snaps at that left tackle spot. I've heard some people say that he's coming there to be a guard. I say coming here. I am not a Dallas fan. He's going there to become a guard. I don't know what they're going to do with him. I think all Eagles fans can agree here that he is not the same player that he was 5-6 years ago. He is a decent player. Like I said, with Chicago, he had a decent year. Chicago's offensive line was absolutely horrible, but he was the highest rated offensive lineman on that team. He was their best offensive lineman if you ask a lot of the Chicago Bears fan base. That's all cool and dandy, but he's not going to hold up. He's not going to hold up. So I'm not too worried, and my biggest fear, which I'll get into that in a second, but I'll stay why I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried because one, you got him so late. I'm not sure how he's going to fit into that system. Two, he's old. He's 40 years old. And I'm not trying to bash Jason Peters. His best days are behind him. If he comes in there and he gives them 4 or 5 games, I think that they should be happy about that, if I'm being honest. So I'm not too worried as far as the play goes. Why am I worried, though? Because I am. There is a little bit of me that's like, I don't want to see this happen. And the reason being is because he said prior to, him getting signed by anybody that he was down to either go to a veteran O-line to try and win another ring, which obviously didn't happen, or to go somewhere where he can really just mentor some young guys. The Dallas Cowboys have young offensive linemen that can definitely prosper and benefit from having a guy like Jason Peters. I think of Tyler Smith, their rookie. He reminds me a lot of Jason Peters. Jason Peters came into this game as kind of a athletic tight end, obviously a tight end, so he was athletic, but he wasn't a tackle, right? He had to grow into that position, obviously became one of the best when we traded for him. But he went to the, Bills as a tight end. Obviously, Tyler Smith doesn't come to the NFL as a tight end, but he has a very similar build, a very athletic build. He has to learn the same things in a lot of ways that Jason Peters did, So I think that it's going to work out very well for him, which kind of worries me. I don't want to see him making anybody better on Dallas. So that's realistically the only thing that kind of worries me about Jason Peters. And it's going to be interesting playing them, right? If he makes it to week 6, if he makes it to the Christmas Eve game, it's going to be very interesting seeing JP in a different uniform. It hurts. I'll say that. Like I'm more hurt than I am afraid, right? I don't think that him joining the Cowboys makes them some Super Bowl team. I don't think him joining the Cowboys makes them a way better team or even really a division contender. If anything, I think it drops them a little bit. But I don't want in 2 years, 3 years from now, having to go back and be like, damn, that Tyler Smith kid is real. You know, they really benefited from having Jason Peters there. So my best case scenario, and this isn't going to happen because I think Jason Peters has a little thing called pride, you know, and he has self-respect. But, you know, me personally, you give me a couple $1 million, that all goes out the window. I would go to the Cowboys and straight up ruin that squad. I would just, I don't know if you ever seen The Longest Yard when they all just walked away and let Adam Sandler get knocked out. That would be me every single play if I was Jason Peters. Just let Dak Prescott take every sack in the world. That offensive line is trash outside of one guy. Outside of Zach Martin, that offensive line is absolutely trash in my opinion. So Jason Peters adding to it, I don't think that really does anything. That doesn't really tip the meter for me. So what should we expect, I guess, is going to be the last question or last thing I'll say. And should the Eagles have maybe gotten him? I'll answer the last one first. Should the Eagles have gotten him? Probably. I wouldn't have been mad, especially when Andre Dillard went down. I think that having a veteran like him kind of guiding a Jordan Mailata, kind of guiding a Landon Dickerson, kind of guiding a Cam Jurgens, guiding these young guys. I understand I'm not asking him to go out there and play for us, but when Andre Dillard got hurt, it would have been nice to have a familiar face as a backup. We'll see what happens if it bites us in the butt. I don't think it will. I just, you know, as a fan, it would have been cool to have him back. As a fan, it would have been cool to have him back as a coach, if I'm being 100% honest. Now, I don't know. You know, you got that Dallas stench on you. I don't know if I even want you as a coach, dog. Like, I'll take your autograph still. Don't get me wrong. I still got love for you. You know what I'm saying? I'll take your truck, that Super Bowl truck. That was fire. You're not going to be able to make one in Dallas because, yeah, we all know about that. But and then what should we expect? Realistically, I've said this a little bit earlier in the video. I don't expect much, especially Cowboys fans. I know they're going to sit here and be like, oh, you're a hater. Look at his rating last year. The Chicago Bears offensive line was absolutely garbage. And two, yeah, we're not hating. We're trying to tell you the truth. We ran that man out of Philly. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not expecting much. I don't know what the Cowboys fans are expecting. I hope they're not expecting much because if they are, sucks to suck, doesn't it? But yeah, I mean, look, I'm not gonna sit here and bash Jason Peters. I still got nothing but love for Jason Peters. He helped us win a Super Bowl. It sucks. It sucks. I don't know. I felt like I had to say something about JP. I felt like I had to. So here's my had to. But other than that, y'all let me know how y'all feel. What do you think about Jason Peters? Do you think he's gonna go out there and maybe revive his career? I've seen some people say they would be mad if he has an all-pro season. I would be shocked. I wouldn't even be mad. It would be like, you know, I don't know why I keep on coming up with movie references, but it's like when Baxter ate all that cheese, you know, like I'm not even mad at you. I'm actually impressed. Like it would be impressive. You know, I had to pull out an Anchorman reference. But anyways, you guys let me know what you're thinking. Y'all know what it is, man. It is Fly Eagles Fly. And we are out here, but Jason Peters is not. So peace.
Eagles fans everywhere, this is for
Yeah.
you.
Fly Eagles flying. Team touchdown, time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a Bird Gang Nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling with Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man soft. Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randolph. Season here, early time to do 'em in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning in.